a body tube, I'm going to create a nose cone. And so I'm going to, top left-hand corner, I'm going to select the body tube. And then I'm going to go down to where it says nose cone in the Add New Component window. I'm going to select on that. Now the challenge here is that all of these are manufactured. We have a bunch of different ones, but all of them are manufactured. None of them are custom. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to choose one of these, and then we're going to adjust it. So I like to stick with SD's parts. Let's go down to BT50, and then it has a bunch of different kinds here. Let's go ahead and just choose this one right here. I don't know why. Maybe because it says the 50 BA, so I'm wondering if that's a BT50. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're just going to choose one, and now we're going to make it work for us. So we can see that it's too far back here. We don't want it back that far, so we want it in the front. So I'm actually going to close out of that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in the top left-hand corner, click my nose cone, and I'm going to move it in front of the body tube. And then I'm going to select the nose cone, and then I'm going to say Edit. So at this point, we have to make sure that we know exactly the dimensions of what we're working with, and we have to have a shape that's going to fit with what we're doing. So I'm going to say component, so we're going to say, okay, so nose cone. Now what we're going to do is we're going to override these different measurements. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the component material, and I'm going to say that it's PLA, 100% infill. So PLA is going to be 1.25 grams per cubic centimeter. So we can always change the component finish if we wanted to. We're just going to leave it the regular paint, I guess. And that way we can paint it if we want to. All right, and then we have the ability to change the nose cone shape. So I could do, I don't know how to pronounce that, ogive, I don't know. That would give us that shape. The ellipsoid would be like that shape. The power series would be like that shape. Parabolic. And then the hack series, whatever that is. Okay, so you're going to choose the kind that looks most like yours. And then we need to make sure that we know how long is your actual nose cone. So we have two parts. We have the nose cone itself, and then we have the shoulder. The shoulder, I believe, is the one that fits inside. Let's see, yeah. It fits inside the body tube, okay? So that's the shoulder. The general is going to change the other part. So if I move this, let's see, then it gets longer. All right. So we're using millimeters, so I'm going to move to millimeters, and then I'm going to go back to my architectural plans. And you can see here for my architectural plans, this is 46.83 from the tip down to the part where it meets up with the body tube. So that's a 46.83, as I talked about in my other video. Unless you change your settings on Shaper 3D, it gives you kind of the European style where it uses a comma instead of a period. But it's going to be 46.83. So now I'm going to go back to OpenRocket, and I'm going to type in the length here. I'm going to say 46.83. And I'm just realizing I don't know what shape I have. Let's see. Let's go back to architectural. Okay, so it kind of comes to a point. Let's see if that matches here. Doesn't really match. Let's try a different one. But I have to make sure that it's going to get as close as I can. It's not conical. Ellipsoid, not ellipsoid because I have a point. Power series, maybe, no. Parabolic, probably a little bit more like parabolic. That's my guess. All right, so we're going to get to be the closest that we can, make sure that we're still at the infill. And then base diameter, millimeters, I think it's, let's see, does it stick out a little bit on mine? Let's check. So it sticks out a little bit, so I think maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. Well, let's see. So it's 24.8. Maybe I'll move it just because it goes out a little bit. Maybe I'll do a 25.8. Unfortunately, I did not include that. I know that the part that goes inside is 23.8, but it sticks out a little bit. And I did not include my width from here to here in my in my drawing. So anyway, we're going to do 25.8. And then the wall thickness, because I printed it with 1 millimeter, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here. I don't think it's filled. It's not solid. Let's take that out. And then let's change it to 1 millimeter. All right, and then for the shoulder, let's check and see in my drawing here, from the bottom to the part where it meets the nose cone is 14.4. So I'm going to come back here to Open Rocket, and I'm going to say the shoulder in length is going to be in millimeters. I can't remember what I said, 14.4. So 14.4 millimeters. And then the diameter in millimeters is 23.8. And then the thickness, again, should be 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. Okay, if it has a cap on the end, then we can cap that. And I don't know if mine does or not. All right. All right, now we have a nose cone.